Hi, everyone. Have you been yelled at lately? And if you've been yelled at, what do you do about it? I I was walking the dogs this morning in a field, a beautiful field behind a local museum here, where I have walked them for years, and it's a beautiful space where the dogs can run safely. And I was having a lovely time, and a staff member of the museum came barreling down the dirt road on his golf cart and jumped off and ran into the field and started waving his arms, get your dogs on a leash, get them out of there. And I was shocked. I was shocked. It sent my nervous system just escalating. And when we get yelled at, it is shocking when we're not expecting it. And he even implied that I was stupid for being in the field. And so I like, okay. But the experience made me realize how many times caregivers describe to me as I'm helping them that their loved ones very often yell at them. And 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 a lot of these caregivers, maybe you're one of them, have loved ones who have dementia. And we all know, when we're rational, that they can't help it. They are not who they used to be. And but it still hurts. It really hurts. And it still affects our nervous system in a huge way. Uh, so what can you do when you're being yelled at? Can you respond instead of reacting? And the difference is that when we respond, we can somehow self-regulate, bring ourselves back down. And when we react, we are engaging, we want to fight back, we yell back, and then we feel awful, of course. So how do we respond? Responding starts for me with some deep breaths. Just like, take several deep breaths in, and I count those breaths. I can count to 4, hold at the top, and hopefully exhale for 5, and do that for a few times. And the more we practice this, the more we will be in a responding mode instead of a reaction mode. As an example of reacting, I could have engaged verbally with that staff member at the museum this morning, and it would have escalated into something that would have lasted a lot longer. My nervous system would have been, just completely wrecked. You know, we really do want to defend ourselves, but sometimes it's just not the best idea, especially if you're a caregiver who is being barked at by the one you love. It does not help. So when you do experience a situation where your loved one is not who you know they are really truly, and they're barking at you, try taking those deep breaths that I just suggested. The other thing that can happen is to just remove yourself briefly from the situation, try to let it calm down. Step outside if you can, step into a different room. And another really helpful thing is to, if at all possible, call a friend. And if you can't call a friend, envision that friend, envision someone that you care deeply about and that you can trust being there with you, because it really helps. Again, we're dealing with our nervous systems and our bodies. That's the bottom line. No matter what is going on, it's what is happening in your body. When I got yelled at this morning, I was shocked, and I tensed, and I wanted to fight back, but I resisted. And okay, let's de-escalate. But it really, really hurts. And so very often, instead of responding in a way that is the ideal way that I just described, we do react. We do fight back. And I hear this from caregivers all the time, that they fought back, or they barked back, or they argued. And then, of course, they felt horrible because it wasn't helpful. and they're arguing with someone who they don't want to argue with. So when that happens, which also is normal, forgive yourself. Put your hand on your heart. Again, take those deep breaths and just say to yourself, it's okay. It's okay. I'm okay. This happened, and really, it's okay. So I just wanted to come on for a couple of minutes and mention these reactions or these responses, both of which happen probably all day long in one form or another, and they hurt. I acknowledge that. Either way, but we can soothe ourselves and bring the nervous system back down into a place of neutral. Um, I hope this has been a little bit helpful. And don't get yelled at. Try not to yell back. Thank you.